Good morning, everybody. Happy April 1st. I thought that I would show you guys how I organize my month's worth of stitching. What I do first at the end of each month is I go through all the groups that I belong in, which is really only 3 groups. Well, I belong to a lot of designer groups, but 3 groups that do multiple designers. And so I see what sales that they have going on the next month and see which ones I can join with the WIPs that I already have, because I don't want to be starting any new WIPs just for a sale unless it's a project that I already have planned to start. And so this month there's a Disney sale and Cross Stitch It's Fun, so I'm going to be doing Snow White for that one because that's already a WIP. And then in Stitch Mania, it's April Showers Bring May Flowers, which I will be doing my Frozen White. And in Cross Stitch Finish Line, there's also a year-long stitch along, which I'm also doing Frozen White. It's the full coverage set. And so, but that's a year-long, so that's not a monthly one. So over here I have all of the projects that I want to work on this month. So I have Friedrich, which is my Whip That Whip, which I'm doing with Bonnie. Bonnie's the original Whip That Whip girl, and I just joined her. We're just doing it differently. And then of course the Moth Fairy, which is my model stitch for Gwen from Fiberlicious. I just have to get some Krennic to finish that off. And then of course my Frozen White and Snow White, which are part of the sale, and then of course my specialty stitches, which I do every month. So seeing that Friedrich is my main project, I stitch him in the evening, every evening, except because Snow White is a sale, I'm going to do her one time a week. Now I put Friday just because there's 5 Fridays in the month. But if I forget to do it on a Friday, then I can do it on a Saturday, as long as I'm working on her one day a month. So this is just a loose reminder that I need to stitch on Snow White once a month. And then Frozen White gets worked on during the day, because I work on my confetti heavy pieces and my specialty stitch pieces during the day, because that's when I have the best concentration. I can't do it in the evening because by that time I'm tired, and some evenings I don't even stitch, depending on how tired I am. So typically I've been in the habit and of doing my specialty stitches at the end of the month. So that's where I've placed them. Now, if I am happy with my progress of Frozen White, say on Friday over here, then I will start working on Esther's Wave right like on Saturday. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the 18th, because I'm not strict on my weekly rotation or what projects go where. I work on what I want when I want, and I'm the type of person who doesn't like being told what to stitch, when to start it, when it has to be done. I do my own thing, and I start it when I want, and I work on it when I want, and that's just the type of person that I am. I don't ever like being told what to do, especially when it comes to a hobby. Now, it's just my personal preference, so that's why I have goals, which are here, but I don't ever say I have to work on this here, and I have to work on this here, and I have to work on this here, because then that's just turning it into basically a job, which it's not. It's a hobby. So these are just loose reminders that, okay, you know, because you could easily get carried away. If you're really into a project, you could get easily carried away and completely forget about your other projects, which you want to get that goal done too. So these are just loose reminders that, oh yeah, I have to do Esther's Wave, and oh yeah, I have to do my band on the Learning Sampler. So if Esther's Wave takes, say, 5 days to do, then I will just simply start the Learning Sampler right after. And if the Learning Sampler only takes, say, 4 days, then I have 2 more days to go and work on something else. So it all depends on whether I reach my goals, because I have specific goals for each project. And then I work on them till I meet those goals. And those goals are very realistic. They're not far-fetched goals each month. Like these two are only doing bands at a time. And Frozen White, depending on how confetti heavy the page is, my goal is to do a page a month. And then the Moth Fairy and Friedrich is just to do as much as I possibly can in the time that's given. So, and same with Snow White. Just stitch on it once a week, and whatever you get done is whatever you get done. So that is what I do every month. And I thought that you guys might find that interesting, that I do have somewhat of a rotation, but it's not a strict rotation. It's more of a goal, and fitting them all in 1 month, but stitching on them when I want. So I hope you guys all have a great month, and I will see you around. Bye. Happy stitching.